You are entering the first homeless navigation center ever in LA, this one right here in the Valley, with 3 more about to open in Venice, San Pedro, and South LA. So why a navigation center? It's a new concept in making homeless residents feel at home while they wait on the streets for an actual home. It's called the Navigation Center because this place will help them navigate all the things the rest of us take for granted. Showers, restrooms, a place to store your stuff.
If you became homeless today, you're going to wait an average of 3 years before you are housed. What happens to you during those 3 years? What happens to you physically? What happens to your mental health? How do you use the things that we take for granted every day? Where do you brush your teeth? Where do you use the restroom? If they, come here in the morning so they can get dressed before they go to work, those are things we want them to be able to do.
Besides a hygiene trailer, there is a navigation and intake building where residents will get counseling and housing services. A day labor center will allow job applicants to look for work or use the computers. And then there is the all-important storage area with its 60-gallon containers.
If you had a tent you could store in it, you'd be able to get a small piece of luggage inside of this, along with, a backpack.
The group Hope of the Valley will run the program.
This is really one of the most basic necessities. Where do you hold and place your valuables? And on the streets, oftentimes they get stolen, they get taken, they get moved. It's very difficult for people to even leave where they're staying. That's why oftentimes there are encampments, because they're trying to hold on to what little they have left.
I've had people tell me that this isn't a solution. This isn't a solution, that the problem is much bigger than this, that this is just a Band-Aid. And my response is always the same. Band-Aids serve a purpose, and a big one at that. Band-Aids facilitate and promote healing. They prevent things from getting worse.
The center is modeled after several groundbreaking navigation programs in San Francisco, but LA is also on the cutting edge. Garcetti says the city has built more supportive housing in the last 3 years than in all 30 years before that. In fact, supporters say his administration has created enough housing to house all those who were homeless when Garcetti first took office. It's just that the problem keeps growing. But so does the pace of housing construction.
There will be every 2 to 3 weeks an opening in Los Angeles for the next few years. That's a pace unlike any in America. And Los Angeles is doing more than any city in the United States when it comes to homelessness. But nobody's doing enough.
This, the first LA Navigation Center, will be fully operational within the next several months.